What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live again to the power of the internet. And I was going to live stream tonight, but I'm actually in a lot of pain, which I'll get into in a few minutes. But I thought making this video would tide people over instead. It's been several months since I've done one of these rambling style videos, and I figure, why not? Let's just get some stuff off of my chest and out of my mind. First off, let me say thank you for watching the videos recently. Whether it's my story time videos, cringy life stuff, bringing back the Francis videos, there's been an audience for it, and I'm really grateful. And in fact, I owe a special thank you to the Francis audience, because you guys have been hitting that super thanks button, which has allowed me to have a budget to make Francis videos with. You know, we're not talking about a tremendous amount of money, but a couple $100 for making these videos allows me to hire a couple of friends and to do some cleanup and smash TVs and waste food and do stuff that Francis used to do that I think we all found amusing. And I owe a big, big thank you for that. And no matter how you choose to support me and the channel, no, I'm always going to be grateful. Maybe you bought a merch shirt, maybe you donated a couple of bucks, maybe you did whatever. Most importantly, if you watch the videos, if you clicked on the videos, if you're a subscriber that watches the videos and you watch them in full, that's the most important thing you can do. If you're the kind of person that doesn't want to give money, you don't have to. Just watch the videos and you're fine by me. So about 2 weeks ago, Sam Hyde, who is a content creator here on YouTube, well, I don't think he's on YouTube anymore, but he used to be. But he's a content creator, was looking for someone to box. And I replied to him saying, kind of jokingly, hey, I'll box you just to annoy some people. Keemstar reached out to me and offered me an opportunity to get into influencer boxing, which is probably not a great fit for me because I am a 47-year-old man who's disabled legally because of his knees and because of his back, and of course my morbid obesity and my mental health. I'm not in very good shape. And Sam Hyde is a particularly devastating opponent for me. He's a foot taller than me. The internet says he's 6'7". He's trained. He's an athlete. He's been training at boxing for a really long time. But you know what? Keemstar said he'd give me the opportunity if I would get into shape. So you know what I did? I reached out to a local trainer who I have a meeting with next week. I reached out to my doctor who said a lot of work is going to have to go into this before he okays it. I talked to my therapist about it. I talked to my fans about it on Twitter. And everyone is in this kind of, I don't know, Boogie kind of area about it, but I think how I feel is the most important. I want to do it. I really want to do it. And so much so that I've bought a bag here at home. I've started punching it every day, a couple of times a day. But I'm slow. I'm not very good at it. I can barely do the footwork. I mean, it's going to be a tremendous uphill climb. And before I would be ready for a fight, we're talking 6 months, maybe a year. But Keemstar told me, take as much time as you want. We'll only do this when you're actually ready. But you know, at the end of the day, it's an excuse that's got me up and moving and wanting to do this. And like, look, I'm a pacifist. I don't want to hit anybody. I don't particularly want to get hit, but I'm also born and bred to get hit, right? Like my mom used my face as a speed bag when I was a teenager, okay? Like I can take a punch. I mean, Sam weighs less than my mom did, so I imagine he still hits harder, but you know. So the current plan involves getting my back x-rayed from my doctor, getting back into physical therapy, doing my physical therapy exercises, then getting into a pool so that I can get some exercise there, while meeting with a boxing trainer who will show me some boxing fundamentals, set up my first spar, see whether or not it's a sport I like. I mean, like I said, this is going to be a long, slow climb. And you know me, I don't go through with shit a lot. So there's a very real chance a lot of people are like, Boogie, is this fight ever going to happen? I don't know. But as it is right now, I want to try. That's the best answer I got for you. Because Sam is so much bigger than me, younger than me, stronger than me, and more trained than me, he's probably not my ideal fighter. You know who I would like to fight? All joking aside, Rich from your Review Tech USA, kid behind a camera, a airsoft fatty. I mean, there's a lot of guys who I feel like could be a better match and it'd be a lot more entertaining. But not a lot of people want to fight Sam. I'm one of the very few people stupid or crazy enough to get in the ring with the guy. And I want you to understand, if my doctor tells me I can't do this, I'm not going to do it. Right? My therapist tells me I shouldn't do it. I'm not going to do it. If the majority of my fan base is against it, then I'm not going to do it. Right? But I still want to. And I still want to get as far into this journey as I can. And I might not ever get to the ending point where Sam Hyde knocks me out and I get a bunch of money for it. I'd like to. but maybe I won't. But maybe this is an excuse for me to do a little bit better when it comes to losing weight and building muscle. And like, let's be honest with you, I'm never going to be under 300 pounds. I don't think that for myself. I genuinely know I'm a food addict. I genuinely don't think I'll ever beat my food addiction. But could I be smaller than I am? Yes. Could I be more fit than I am? Yes. Could I get down to 300 pounds? Absolutely. I almost did that in 2020. So there's no reason I can't do it now. I want to see how far along that path I can get before somebody tells me no. And then my doctor tells me no, maybe I can change his mind. Maybe I can do the exercise and lose the weight until he changes his fucking mind. I don't know. But I don't want to give up on this. It's interesting and it's fun. And you guys know I like to compare myself to Andy Kaufman all the time. Though Andy Kaufman's up here and I'm all the way down here like, it's not even close. The amount of talent Andy Kaufman had in one of his farts is 10 times the talent I'll ever have. But I do like the idea of being kind of cringy and silly and goofy and getting out on the ring. And Andy had his wrestling arc. Maybe this is my boxing arc. It's probably better than the mayonnaise and fruit salad arc I had. Probably better than the stripper hooker sugaring arc I had. So still cringy though. Still cringy. But maybe one day I'll be able to see my own penis. Speaking of the cringe, I know you guys have seen that I have triggered the likes of Ethan Klein recently, Muda from Ordinary Gamers, Charlie from the official podcast, and even Adam22, who I think at one point was a pretty big fan of mine. And I've done it by tweeting stupid shit. And, you know, it's been a lot of fun treating Twitter like my personal brain dumping ground, where I just say and think whatever the fuck I want to say and think. But I think I really need to revise that idea. Back before 2020, when I posted something on Twitter, it was generally like at least a little bit thought out, and I at least had an idea of how people were going to react to it. And for the most part, it was just common sense things like Americans deserve access to healthcare and education, and we should treat people nicely, and how's your day, right? In a post-2020 world, though, not so much. For the last 22 years on Twitter, like whenever I would post anything that seemed normal, there was a group of people on Reddit or elsewhere that would take like huge issue with it. But eventually those people started happening on Twitter. And in 2020 especially, everybody gets just so polarized. Like you can come onto Twitter and be like, hey, fat people are humans. And like 1,000 people will tell you to harm yourself now. And I mean, specifically me, sure, I think I probably get a little more hate than other people, but I see it for everybody. Almost everybody. Twitter's a dumpster fire now, right? In the last few years, I really leaned into it. Just knowing that people are going to react negatively to the types of things I said, like, for example, when I compared landlords to Twitch streamers. I knew a lot of conservatives, Republicans, and landlords were going to get mad about that, and I didn't even really wholeheartedly feel it. I just thought it was a funny joke. It's probably a tweet that should have stayed in the drafts, right? But also, fuck it, right? Fuck it. This behavior has always cost me ill will. Like people who see the tweets on Reddit, they dislike them. Sometimes fans who aren't in on the joke and don't realize what I'm doing on Twitter or what I'm doing here, even on YouTube or Twitch, they get upset about it and they leave the following, which is okay. I mean, they were going to eventually anyway. But recently, I've been seeing creators coming at me and like unfollowing me because they don't like it and talking about me on podcasts and stuff. And I don't know, man. I like to say that I don't give a fuck, and I like to say it doesn't hurt, but it does. You know, there's content creators who I watch every day, and then when they unfollow me and then shit talk me on their show, it hurts, man. It hurts, and I don't want that kind of hurt in my life anymore, and I don't think Twitter's worth it. I think I want to get off my political soapbox because I'm not going to change anybody's mind, right? Like it feels good to speak my piece and virtue signal a little bit, I guess, but at the same time, I'm not going to convince some leftist that not everything is sexist and everything is misogynistic. And I'm not going to convince some conservative that, yes, women do deserve rights of their control of their own body, right? Like, those people are not going to listen to me. So why am I saying it? Well, it's a form of self-masturbation, which, don't get me wrong, I enjoy, but probably shouldn't be doing it in public. If I'm going to piss people off, if I'm going to make people cringe, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. By eating mayonnaise out of the jar and covering myself with ranch dressing and doing that on TikTok, Twitter, and here on YouTube. Because I enjoy doing that kind of thing, man. I really do. A lot of people think, oh, he's just desperate for views. He's desperate to be relevant again. And of course I am. Of course I'm desperate to be relevant again. I would love that opportunity. Of course I want all the money in the world. Who doesn't, right? I would be Elon Musk one day. I'd give away a lot of my money, unlike Elon, but I wouldn't mind having this kind of money, right? But that's not the reason I do what I do. I do it because I like to entertain people. And it entertains the hell out of me to do that Francis stuff and to break stuff. Like when I was doing this Francis salad mukbang, I filmed for like an hour and only 15 minutes of it made it onto YouTube. But some of the jokes and some of the bits are just so funny. I cracked myself up. I really do. In fact, maybe I should upload that video to members only or something, like the unedited version, because I think you might like it. But that's the reason I do it. If I find it funny, someone out there is probably going to find it funny too. If people hate watch it, that's great. If people love watch it, that's great. Whether you're laughing at me or laughing with me, man, if you're laughing, I'm good. I'm good. Because it's important in this sick, twisted, dark world that we all stop fighting, start laughing, even if it's at me. If I can distract you from the nightmare that is reality for a little while, I'm happy to do it. Now, that's my opinion. I could be wrong. And if I am, I know you're going to let me know in the comment section below. While you're down there, you got to drop a like on this video. I have a couple of sponsorships links down there. You can buy this cool t-shirt. I'll make a couple of bucks from that. I got a PC sponsorship. If you're looking for a pre-built PC or you're wanting Meta PCs to make you one, click that link. Hit subscribe on the channel. That's free, and you don't have to spend a dime to do it. Turn on notifications so you see videos like this moving forward. And let's really lean in on TikTok, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter, to this apolitical, absurdist sense of humor that is one of the very few things I'm good at, and let's see if we can make people laugh. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon.